The following is a conversation with Gijs van de Wiel. He is mostly known for his Domino's career, currently operating in Breda and Tilburg in the Netherlands. We talked about his journey, all the way from being a pizza delivery guy to becoming a store owner, including interesting stories, advice for success, and financial insights. I was really excited to talk with him, so without further ado, here's my conversation with Gijs van de Wiel.
I think I'm good with it now, so no problem.
Okay, perfect. So, you're, just to make sure I'm speaking with the right person,
Yeah.
you're Gijs van de Wiel, right?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Correct.
Yeah, and you're a franchise owner of multiple stores.
Yes.
And you're also a father, I've noticed.
Yeah, for 9 years now. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that's a lot. And what I actually noticed is you're like down to earth. Like before I knew you, I thought maybe like this big boss,
Yeah.
like businessman. But you're nice to talk to.
Thanks. I'll take that as a compliment. So no, yeah, I think that's important, man. I'm totally not like that. I know quite some people who are changing during their life, and especially when they're owning a business and they think I'm the man. But I see myself still as like a pizza guy, and I'm not sure if we can put this on YouTube, but I would always say everybody shits out of the same hole. So you can cut this out, but
No, it's fine.
no, yeah, that's how I see life. That's yeah, that makes life fun if you're more like that. I think so.
Fair enough. Well, yeah, I guess I wanted to start with a question. Hope it's not too difficult. It's like, what are you passionate about?
Passionate about? Ooh.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I think quite a lot of things, but I would say seeing stuff grow, people grow, a business grow, that can really trigger me. I think I'm a people's person, and I like when I see people get from like a low point in life to a high point in life, and that's I think, yeah, that's basically my biggest passion, to build something up with people and make something, make it great.
Yeah,
I think
that's great. Yeah, when you see people improving.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, well, I heard that you were, let's go all the way back from the beginning. It's like you grew up in Tilburg, Reschhof?
No, I was born in Eindhoven, so a bit more to the east. Then when I was 6, I came to Tilburg, and we lived in Tilburg West first, because my parents couldn't find a proper house, and then I think 3.5 years later we moved to the Reeshof. And I lived there, I think, from when I was 10 until around 18. But that's the place I call my childhood home. So.
I see.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And it's like you're kind of close to here still, right? To there.
To Tilburg.
Yeah.
Well, I've been living longer in Breda than in Tilburg, so.
Wow.
Yeah, when I see the sign of Tilburg, it gives me a home feeling, but I have the same with Breda. But I have a lot of friends living there, so I have 2 hometowns, Tilburg and Breda. I feel comfortable in both places. I wouldn't want to leave Breda, but sometimes I'm in Tilburg and I always think, okay, I want to go back here, but Breda is a much nicer city.
Yeah.
So I hope not too much people from Tilburg will watch this YouTube video, because otherwise I'll be in problem.
I see. Yeah, well, what I've actually noticed, like the city is really good, and it's even better when you actually know a lot of people and you're just like randomly bumping into people at the center.
In Tilburg or Breda?
Here.
Yeah, Breda. Yeah, and it's really people are more open. We see, I don't know if the English word is also, it's Burgondies. It's like people love the life here. There's always something to do in Breda, and I think this is really a good place to live.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Yeah.
If you want tea, I didn't actually ask
No.
you.
I'm always on water or a Coke Zero, so I'm good. I don't drink coffee, don't drink tea.
Really?
Yeah, also not in the morning. So I wake up, I'm on.
Yeah, I don't drink coffee at all as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never started it, or just don't like it.
Well, at some point I had like problems with the heart.
Yeah.
How do you say, like blood pressure?
Yeah.
So I shouldn't drink coffee and energy drinks. Occasionally I do, but yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it's orange juice does it.
that's a good thing for the mornings.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, yeah. How was like your childhood? Like your school, your life? Did you go to university? Did you follow a degree?
I did NHTV. It's now called BUAS.
Yeah.
But back in the days, well, my childhood was pretty good. Yeah, I had a good life, I think. Not like that we were super rich or something, but life was good. We played football on the streets. That was basically my life. I liked school, at the lower school then. Then when we went to you have the low school until 12 in Holland, and then as from 12 around 18 you have the middle school and then high school or university. In the middle school there I got really myself into much more problems. Because I've one problem in my life when people say you have to, you must do this. That's a red flag. And so I'm always thinking I must do nothing. And when they started telling me, okay, you must read this book, my whole body still says I don't want to read this book because you say I have to read that book. I must read that book. And also I'm not a big fan of the school system at that age. They give you numbers like 1 to 10, and the crazy thing is I was really a good student, like in lower school, one of the top in my class with everything. So I thought, okay, this is going easy. We never had homework to do or something, and then we came to school and middle school, and they said, okay, we got a lesson. I still remember it in the first week, and we got. He said, okay, when you go home for the next lesson, you need to read chapter 2, 3, and 4. And I was like, okay, I'm going to school, so we can do this chapter, so probably we'll do this in the next class. And then it was my third day in school there, and I came in, and he said, okay, close the books, we're doing an unannounced exam.
Lovely.
I got a 4.9. I went crying on my bike home, because it was the first time I had that, and I thought, because it was all about section of chapter 2, 3, and 4, which I didn't read, because I thought, okay, this is weird, I'm going home, and home is to play around. And that was a bit hard, but when I look back at my numbers, my dad rented me a box with stuff from personal belongings from like when I was a kid. He stored it because he said, okay, you will probably throw it away, so I'll give it to you on a later age. And I checked on it, and the numbers were quite good, but I always thought they were really, really shit. They taught you that in school. Okay, you have to improve, and that did something with my confidence, I think, and yeah, I barely made it. I got into a lot of problems with school, being how do you say it? I got kicked out of school. Had to come back. I was kicked out for a couple of days. That I had to stay at home, and last couple of months I was not allowed to come back to school again because I was raising a lot of problems, and so that was hard, especially for my parents and for the school, and perhaps also for me. But later on, when then I tried 3 studies, but basically 2. The first was event management in Tilburg. Oh no, that was the second year in Breda. I want to do at NNTV BUAS. I want to do event management, but I did the media entertainment management course, and so after half year I went on to ask the teachers, okay, when are we going to talk about events? You know, it's all about making movies and stuff. And
Yeah.
okay, and they said, well, it's only 1 block in the second year or something, and I was like, okay, I have to get out of here. But I really liked the school though. And the first one was like a sports education thing that just basically wasn't my thing. And then the third one was I got they were like giving away 3 special tickets for that study because it was really full. And then there was a open day where you could do they ask you to do a task, and from all the participants, they choose the 3 best, and I was the number 1 in that. So they let me go to that school, but then I got the offer to become a manager at Domino's in Breda, and I totally forgot that I was written into school. So after 1 week, I got a call from that school in Utrecht, and they asked me, okay, are you coming still, or are you on holiday? I said, oh shit, I don't know. I was totally, my mind was totally flipped, and I was working at Domino's, and okay, sorry guys, I'm not coming. I'm going to do this job, and the rest is like history.
Yeah. Yeah, I can get that, especially if you focus on something.
Yeah, I totally forgot that I had to go to school because I was working Domino's as a manager. And that was like, you can say a childhood dream for me to run a business like that.
Yeah, obviously I wanna talk about Domino's, but just wanted to ask, like, do you read a lot?
I used to do. I still do. Basically, I think almost every day, but not for a long time. I used to read a lot of biographies from like media tycoons. That what really triggers me. Also like the story of Netflix and Uber, Richard Branson, the Apple guy. So what's his name? What's the guy called? The inventor of Apple, Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs. Yes, so, yeah. Like those books about Facebook, how it grew, about Hives. That's what really triggers me. But the last couple of years, sometimes when I'm into that mood, I read about that. But now I'm reading more like thrillers, like fiction, because it's clearing my mind. And sometimes when I'm on holiday, I grab a book and then start reading it about like a biography more. But that clears my head to get away, because it always makes your head running and spinning when you read a biography, and then you think, yeah, I can do this, I can do that. It never gives you rest. So I try to read every day, like 10 minutes when I'm in bed, to switch off my mind.
No.
Basically that.
Yeah, but I found that kind of works for me, at least recently, is audiobooks.
Yeah?
Yeah, I didn't even know that was a thing like a year ago. So.
Yeah, I tried it also, but it was not really my thing, because my mind is going faster than how they read. And I tried it I think like a half year ago, and that was doable. I put it on 1.3 speed, then it matches how my brain works. I figured out, so that's possible.
Yeah.
But for in the car, it's really nice to have it like that.
Yeah, if you're just going somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, so you mentioned you became a manager, and that's why you didn't really go to finish with that study.
Yeah.
So how did that honestly, like, how did you start with Domino's in the first place? Did you start as a rider?
Yeah, as a driver. Back in 2001, we didn't have the Euros, we had still the Guilder, so a really long time ago. A friend of mine, he was working in Domino's, and he said, okay, and I was driving a scooter, so I was thinking, okay, that's really cool. So you drive scooter, that's what I think I really like that, and I'm getting paid for it. So that was basically why I started. The stupid thing was that I decided to start on the 10th of November, so it was really, really cold. I was doing newspapers in the morning, 6 days a week, waking up at 5:30, doing newspapers out in the cold, and then in the evening I went to Domino's, delivering pizzas out in the cold. And to be honest, I wanted to quit my job after 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Because it also I could not find this almost not a single street. It was horrible. I knew the way to school, I knew the way to my football club, and I knew the way in my own area where I lived, because I delivered the newspaper there. And that was basically it. And yeah, it was horrible. But I have this manager, and he was really enthusiastic, always jumping around and motivating everybody. And I was like, okay, this guy, he put really a lot of time in me. It was not that much, but he hired me, so he did the interview, and he gave me some basic training, and he was always nice to me. So I was afraid to tell him that I want to quit my job at that time, and I think that was good. So and now we're almost 22 years later.
Yeah, I can imagine. I also remember when I started, like around December, so it's kind of the same.
Yeah, oh yeah,
It can
but
be
then you
hard.
know the drill, yeah. Yeah, you really think, okay, but yeah, why did I come up with this? But in the end, I did three renders, so I think it especially in my role now, but also as more as a manager, perhaps it brings you a lot that you know how it was being a driver during winter time. So I always try to get everybody out on a scooter, like for 1 or 2 days, even girls who are shift runner, or they can get on a bike. You have to know what it is like for a driver in the winter. It's totally not cool.
Yeah.
But you have to get somewhere. You have to do some things to get somewhere in life. I always think. So.
Yeah.
And I think the job is still fun. So also in winter.
Can be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely can be.
Yeah.
Have more pizzas, sell more waves.
Sell more pizzas, have more fun.
Right.
And back in the days, we had lots of stores, so like a single delivery could take up to 50 minutes, one way and back.
Okay.
So you were like 50 minutes out in the cold, and now we do this small deliveries, and you'll be back in like 10-15 minutes. You can warm up a bit, and yeah, but it was not like that back in the days.
I see. Well, yeah. How? When did you actually get your first store, and how was that like?
As a manager or like as franchisee?
As a franchise.
It was on the 15th of April 2008. Well, I always wanted to have to own my own store or business. It popped up, the you probably know it, the game Roller Coaster Tycoon, where you build like a amusement park. I played that as a kid, and I was always fascinated about it. And I thought, okay, someday I want to do this, because you can put like you build a roller coaster, and then you build a Ferris wheel. You need maintenance guys, you need cleaning people, and you put them everywhere. Everybody on the spot, and thought, okay, someday I want to do this on my own. That became Domino's, because I saw, okay, I can do this. And when I was a manager, we barely saw our franchisee, and I thought, okay, I can do this also, but yeah, keep the money. I was not in it for the money, but it was more like, okay, I want to grow myself into the business. Then we came up together with Maarten, he's my cousin, and we were running the store as a manager and assistant manager, Breda 1. And then we bought a big map of Holland, and we were looking up on the internet which cities were still available based on growth. We made a list, and we popped up with to the west, next to the sea. Vlissingen, Flushing, the city.
The west.
Yeah, in the west. Yeah, west coast. Yeah. And Middelburg, and we found a little town in between, Oost-Zuburg. Probably most people in Holland don't know Oost-Zuburg, by the way. And we were looking for a place to start our business. We were in talks with Domino's, writing our business plan, and then our franchisee, who was the owner of the 2 Breda stores. I think we were really good managers, and we were expected to leave. So she was like, I'm going to fix this. Where do I find the good managers? And then she came up with the idea to sell one store of the 2 Breda stores, and that was the smaller one in Breda. We were running Breda 1, and Breda 2 was a smaller store. And then on a Sunday night, after closing the store, she came to our store, and we were living above the store. And she wanted to speak with us, and she told, okay, I'm going to sell Breda 2, but why don't you guys want to buy it, since you want to start your own business? So, okay, we talked about this for, I think, 4 hours, until I think it was 4 in the night, 4:30 she left. We agreed, we signed a deal, and then everything got, we arranged everything. And then in the 15th of April, exactly 2.5 years after I started as a manager, we started owning our own business.
How long?
2.5 years. I was 2.5 years a manager.
Okay.
On the day. So I started on the 15th of October, 2005, and we got our own business on the 15th of April, 2008.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's quite fast, like 2 years.
But I really think I think being a manager for longer than 3 years, it's really hard because the first year everything is new. You have to experience everything. Second year, you're used to it because it's when you take it really serious. It's really taking a lot of you. It's really intense. You know the Domino's drill. I think it's like almost a way of life. And then in the third year, you find yourself, especially when you're young, you think you can own the world and you can do everything. I was like, okay, now I know enough. I can do this on my own. I make my own money, and basically that. Yeah, we broke a lot of records in that days. We broke the Dutch sales record. We were the first store doing 20,000. For your idea, our store was doing 9.5 at that time.
Okay.
And the national record was 14.5. There was nobody ever did a mega week, stunt week. We call it mega week.
Yeah.
We first did a stunt day. To try out 399, everybody said, okay, you guys are crazy, you cannot do this. So we did it on a Saturday, broke the day record. And then we said, okay, we can do this for a week. And we planned it for almost a year. We were planning and making a plan. And nobody did higher than 14.5 in the country. And we said, okay, but we're going to do 20. and they said, okay, you guys are crazy. This is not doable. But we did. And at that point we thought, okay, let's go for ourselves.
Yeah, I have like pictures of your wall of fame.
Like this is the trophy, by the way, that we broke the national sales record. We smashed it, so we didn't break it. We smashed it.
Is that the thing that you were like most proud about all of the achievements?
One of them. But I think from these, the proudest I'm of Chantal. She was our first shift runner in Breda 2, and I convinced her that she was really fast in making pizzas, and that she could really. We have this worldwide championship, for the world's fastest pizza maker. We also have it in the Netherlands and Europe. And I said to her, I really think you can do this, and she was not convinced about it. And then I said, okay, let's go and train. And we made a special training program. We trained we captured the video of the world champion, and we divide in seconds. In every you get 3 dough balls out of the dough tray. In how many seconds does he do it? Did he do it? So we put it down on paper, and we trained every single part. And then we went on. Her first time, I was her coach, and we went to the national championship, and she won it. And she could go for the EMEA, so Europe, Middle East, Africa Championship. She became 3rd there. Next year, she made a mistake during the national championship, so she had to make 4 pizzas, still becoming 3rd of the country, and she made 4 large pizzas, where the rest made 3, and she still beat almost everybody. So she could also participate in the EMEA finals, and she won that. And that was really something I was really proud of. We made a big banner and we put it next to the southern, the not the highway, but the big way in the south of Breda.
Like a billboard.
Yeah, like a big billboard, and because our parents are also driving there, so when they wake up, we arranged it in a night, and in the morning we got it and we put it up, so their parents would wake up, would go to their work, and they would see their daughter. We have the fastest from Europe, Middle East, and Africa. It was larger than herself. And then once in every 2 years, there's like the World Championship, because the next year she also again won the EMEA finals, and then she became the fastest woman on the planet pizza making in Las Vegas. So she was 7th in the world, and she was the fastest woman there. And it's not like a thing that I achieved. She did it. I couldn't be at the finals in Las Vegas because on the day of the final my son was born, so that's also special. But that's really a thing I'm really proud of, that we brought somebody like just a regular girl from a store who didn't believe in herself. We brought her to the World Championship. That's really the thing I think I'm the most proud of that still, that we could do it. So you always heard these stories, these success stories in Domino's worldwide, and this is our own success story, that we can still tell people, okay, but you're now you started as a 15-year-old pizza maker, but if you want, you can go to Las Vegas. And it's not like a far from your bed show. It's like we actually did it in our stores. So
That's fascinating.
Yeah, that's
I
really
mean,
cool. So
it's really something.
yeah, and we won twice the franchise of the year from the Netherlands. That's also a thing I'm proud of. I think those three, but Chantal is my number one in this still. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Sorry. Eh?
yeah,
Did you know that?
Not really, no.
Oh. No, like most of those plays there on Chantal Day. Chantal won that, and yeah, so a lot of
So like half of them are.
yeah. Well, I think like 25%. I think Chantal, she won a lot of prizes for our group, and now and also that's really cool. She's now also a franchise owner in Hamburg in Germany. So that's really cool that she was our first shift runner, and she was the fastest woman on the planet, and our business owner herself also at RIM. So we helped her reaching it, and she did it. Of course, she did it. She did all the work.
Of course.
I'm really proud of that.
Yeah,
It's a team effort. That's what I believe in Domino's also.
it's a team. Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Actually, I think I kind of messed up the recording. But so just wanted to.
Oh, you didn't record or?
Well.
The thing is on red. The record, eh?
Yeah. It's just like the first 5 minutes.
Oh.
But I have it on camera. That's
Yeah.
fine. I just wanted to check.
Okay.
Sorry.
I can tell these stories again if you want, so no problem.
Oh no, it's fine. We have it. As I told you, it's my first time doing this, so.
Oh, no problem.
Well, we have recording, I guess.
Okay,
That's fine. Yeah. So wanted to ask also because I've heard that your first job was at Jumbo.
Yeah, I did some jobs before, but I think that was one of my first. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because Jair told me that maybe if like everything went good with Jumbo, then maybe you would actually go with the Jumbo trajectory. So
yeah, you want to know about it? How it went?
I mean, yeah.
Well, this is a classic. This is basically one of the most important thing I teach people in training for shift runners managers. My experience at Jumbo, my 4 weeks at Jumbo, and it was 4 weeks because when you wanted to leave the company, you had to let them know 4 weeks in advance. So if you do the math, I told them on my first day I would quit my job. Well, I was hired one day by Jurgen. So his name was Jurgen, and he hired me one day. And I could start the next day. I was 15 years old, and I could start the next day. So the next day I came to my job. I was like excited. Okay, I'm going to work in this big company, earn some money. I'm really excited for it. And he hired me on a Friday, and I came in on a Saturday. So I went to him. Hi, Jurgen, I'm here. He asked me, who are you? Okay, this was the first like mini red flag, I think. I was like, okay, did you hired me yesterday? So that was really like, okay, I'm here. I'm here for you. What can I do? Who are you? That, you know.
It's not serious.
No, yeah, I was like, okay. And then it started happening. It was in the middle of the summer, so I used to take jobs. I start jobs working on the inside when it's summer and too hot to work inside, and I do outside jobs in the winter. So that's. I think about it now, but it was really one of the hottest days in the year, and it was a Saturday, and I had to work from 12 till 3. So at 12 everybody's at lunch, of course, and they were firing up the barbecues in the night probably, and I think it was 33, 34 degrees, so really hot. And he asked me, okay, he gave me this roll container with all the sodas, the Cokes and the Fanta and stuff. And he said, okay, can you put it on the shelves? Sure, I'll do that. So I put I take the cans and the bottles, and like you see here, the logo. But, yeah. We can sponsor Albert Heijn, right? Because
Of course.
because we're talking about Jumbo. And I was like, okay, I put it like this, and in front one there. That it's all lined up quite nice with the logo of the brand up front, and they're not like this and that. But I thought, okay, let's do this right. And okay, for the first hour, I was putting it in. I think okay, this is going really nice. Then at around 1, it started because people were having lunch and they were coming to the store. a lot of people do their big grocery shopping on a Saturday. I'm not sure if it's still now, but they used to do it with the family. So because it was that not everybody wanted sodas, of course, the big bottles and okay, so I put it on the shelves. They took it away, but then it got busier and busier because it was the busiest moment of the week for doing groceries. And they were, in the end, they were taking it for my roll container, and then they almost got it out of my hand, and the shelves were running empty. And then Jurgen started screaming at me, "Yeah, you have to go faster," and blah blah blah. And he was totally mad at me. I was like, "Okay, what? Is this guy an idiot or what? I'm doing this for him. I'm really doing my best. I want to look the store really nice. I put the logo up front, and I put it like that. And I thought, okay, this guy is first of all he couldn't remember me in a day. That was weird. And now he's also screaming at me on my first day. Is this how it works? So I let the HR department know that day that I want to quit my job. I'm a man of my word, so it was 4 weeks notice time. So I still worked there for 4 weeks, and then I quit my job. Okay. But later on, this always kept running in my mind, and it popped up like a couple of years later, I think somewhere in my Domino's career, and I thought of this, and I was like, you know what? What if Jurgen actually knew my name? What would happen then? But more important, if when I was seeing how I was running my store as a manager, I think there I remembered this story, and I was like, okay, if Jurgen came over to me and would tell me, okay, guys, welcome, this is your first day. I know it's your first day, but I have a really, really big task for you. You have to be my hero of the store. You are the most important person in the store. You can be the most important person in this store because it's 35 degrees outside. It's now quiet, but people are lunching, and then they're coming to the store, and they will be all over this lane where all the sodas are. And do you want to be my hero? And you can do this. You will be the superhero of the store. But really take out the bottles and put them like that. Don't check the logo and put it there and there and there. That as fast as you can go, as fast as you can, because we really need to restock this all these shelves. And then he could have pumped me up, but I was thinking I'm doing the good thing. I want to look this store really nice, but it was not the case. But if he told me up front why he wanted me to do it like that, then I would have done it because he's the boss. I'll do whatever you ask me. And I always think, okay, when in Domino's, don't tell people go do the dishes. Tell them why. Okay, if you do can you please go do the dishes? Because it was really busy. If you do like this part of the dishes, somebody else does that part. You can imagine that you're a driver and you go to the back where we do the dishes, and there's like this whole pile of dishes and stuff. And like, holy fuck, I'm going to be here for like 2 hours or what? But if you tell them, okay, you just do it for 10-15 minutes, then the next person. That makes your job not that hard. And you're like, okay, we really worked hard. If you can do this 10 minutes of dishes, afterwards you can go home. that's this little difference, and that's how I started in Jumbo and why I quit my job. And I'm always telling people, okay, tell them why they do stuff and treat them human. Make them feel important. That's it. People just want to you have to make sure that they're part of the team and that they're important. If you're a driver, if you're just picking up phones in the store, if you, I don't know, even the cleaning lady, and that's the same thing what you talked to me about, down to earth. Yeah, I'm not the boss man, I'm just a pizza guy, and we do this as a team. So that's how I started in Jumbo.
I mean, when you talk about it, I do think that's important. Yeah. It's a team effort, so everybody should feel at home, kind of.
Exactly, because you never know. When you hire a 15-year-old kid, you can make him do dishes all day. But if Jurgen at Jumbo knew who I was that day, and that would be normal. Now it was a negative impression. It would, if he knew my name, it was not a positive impression. It was just normal. But now it was a negative one. And then with things with the soda cans and bottles, if he made me feel important that day, I would probably be like a Jumbo franchisee or something. I would have stayed in Jumbo for like my whole life if he want. So it was really a waste of everybody's time because
like the butterfly effect.
Exactly, yeah, the butterfly. Yeah. That's it. And you know, it was a waste of his time that he did the interview with me for like 30 minutes, and then he had to do all the paperwork for me. It was he never getting back and just like 2 hours of his life. But I resigned, and just could have said, and that's always what I tell when people come in the store, give them 15, 20 seconds of your attention and tell them that you're happy that they're there. This is your job today. Because of this, please help us reaching this, and we'll make sure everything goes well. That's it. 10, 15, maybe 20 seconds. And that's making. I always call it 20-second meetings, and it's making a huge difference on everybody's life in a store.
It's a good habit, yeah.
Yeah. So, and that's what I learned over the years from my experience at Jumbo. So if Jürgen is watching, then you can contact me.
Of course. Well. Yeah, back to Domino's.
Yeah. Sorry for the long story, but it's always nice one to tell people. So
it's always nice to hear like good stories.
Yeah. I've got tons of them over the years.
I can imagine, like, for how long is that now? Working for
almost 22, 21 and a half. So,
okay. That's a long period.
Long time, yeah. It's fun because one day somebody asked me, like a couple of years ago, we were doing the school intro in Tilburg, the Reeshof store. Somebody asked me, how long do you work in Domino's? I think almost half my year, almost half my life.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, I was really curious, and I opened an Excel and I did the math, and I was like, okay, and it was like 10:30 in the morning, and I said to them, okay, give me 1.5 hours, then exactly the half of my life I'm working here. So somebody asked me on that day, and at 12 on the middle of the day, it was the half of my life I was working in Domino's. So, and now I'm way past that, so I can't remember not working in Domino's almost. So.
It's part of your life.
It's definitely. Yeah.
Well, I know that you also went to Germany.
Yeah.
To do franchise there as well.
Yeah.
How did that go?
Well, not so well. No, it was a bit complicated situation. We aligned ourselves with a business partner in Holland, and that didn't work out the way we wanted. We expected from it, but also in Germany there was we were the 22nd store in the country for whole Germany, and there was like two big competitors. It was Joey's. They had like 240 stores, I think, and Hello Pizza. They had 180 stores. So, Domino's, the big brand, they tried. I think it was the third time they tried to open up the German market for Domino's, and people, when we explained people in Germany who we were, they were like, you like Joey's Pizza? No, like Joey's is more like Domino's Pizza, but okay, fair enough. And in the end, the market was sold, and we got out there. And my kid was born in the Netherlands, and it was really too hard for me. I was working like 11 days. I would drive home to my kid and his mother. Then I had to go back after 3 days, missing them for 2 weeks. Yeah, that was.
Why did you even try to go there? Just to try it out, or?
Yeah, I always thought, okay, I'm working in Domino's. It's a worldwide brand, so I really one day I want to work up in a foreign country in Domino's, and it was really building from scratch. So people didn't know what Domino's was, and when I look back at it now, it was really cool adventure. But when you're in the middle of it, it was really, really stressful, and it was just really hard with all things happening in my life at that moment. But when I look back at it, I'm met a lot of cool people there, still talking to some of them, and it was a really cool adventure, and I think I learned a lot from it. So
I can imagine, yeah. Sometimes it's all about just trying out stuff.
Yeah, if you don't try anything out in your life, you're not getting anywhere. So.
I love the phrase "fuck around and find out."
nice, yeah. So. Yeah, that's a good. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to ask about when you're like getting one of your stores, what kind of risk do you take? Like, do you take into account if everything goes wrong, or is it like success is the only option?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Success is the only option. Yeah. That's. It never popped up my mind we would fail, because when I started the business on my own, it was basically like this. On the 14th, like I said, we started at 15th of April. The 14th of April, we closed down the store as a manager. Next day, we would open the store as a franchisee. We did exactly the same things. And I think for the first 2 or 3 years, I had no clue what I was doing. I was making pizzas. Okay, I had to do some administration. Okay, you get a bill, you pay it.
Yeah.
And you have an accountant, and then you send all the payroll. You check it. You send it out to him. He gives you like, okay, you have to pay them this, and you pay this to the government. Okay, we'll do that. That was basically it. So we did the same thing we did for years, and then later on I found out how it worked with like depreciation and stuff. And I had no clue. I wasn't not interested. I just wanted to make pizzas and give good service, and that's it. So the thinking about the risk came later, and but I think it's also you're also your own enemy if you think too much about it. You have to you have to think. Of course, you cannot start just a regular business. Think, I'm going to be successful. Domino's was at the basics to be a success story. You had to put your own effort in it, but yeah. I always try to work back. I think of, okay, we're successful, and then what are the steps? What I imagine that we were successful. That's how I trained Chantal. I told her, you're already Dutch champion. You just have to show them. That's it, and that's how I believe doing business works. The same.
The good mindset.
Can take. So never give up. And I will still say to my managers and people who ask me this: success is a choice. That's it. If you choose to be successful, you'll fail sometimes. You go to Germany, and it's harder than you think it is. But in the end, you will succeed.
Yeah, what I recently am finding out about as well is like, if you're passionate about something, it can go really well.
Yeah, exactly.
Even without you expecting it.
Yeah.
So
never give up. Yeah.
Although I am like interested a lot in finance, and I do like keep track of my everything basically.
I do the same. I'm a control freak.
But that's something that I recently realized.
No, I think that's the base for success, being passionate about something. And it can take you 10, 15, 20 years, even more. But in the end, you will be successful if you keep on pushing, if you believe. I think, and on a big level, on a small level, I know a lot of these success stories, and always it's the same: believe in yourself. If you're passionate about that's it. Being passionate about it, that's it. If you do something without a passion, you will not. You can succeed, but you need a lot of luck, and I don't want to bet on luck in life.
Of course, and it would be far less enjoyable if you're actually not.
I've never seen this as a job. This is a hobby. This is my real life roller coaster tycoon game.
Okay.
That's it. I see it as a big It's like a hobby. I always tell people I made like a professional football player. It's their hobby, and they make their profession out of it, and it feels the same for me. It's not always fun, but not every football match is fun when you play football in this weather. I think it's less of fun.
Yeah. Well, can be still fun.
Yeah. that for sure. Yeah, especially for spectators, I think. But, that's it. But you have to be passionate. That's the base of success.
So I know that of course you had some hardship throughout the years, right? You had I think your stores got robbed multiple times.
Yeah.
And also I found like a picture of I don't think you would like to see this photo.
I showed it a lot of people. I know this. I look so young there. Yeah. Man, that was crazy that night. Our store burned down because a car drove into the store.
Okay.
Basically, some kids they stole a car like a couple of days before that. We knew in the end, and they were goofing around probably, and then they, for fun, they drove the the only place where there were no poles in front of the stores on that shopping mall was at our store. Yeah, didn't have a clue that we needed them for something like this. So we got a phone call that the alarm was going off. So we went quickly to the store. We got another phone call when we were on the way there. Okay, there's also sabotage alarm. So they're sabotaging the alarm. So probably they're still there. So take caution, and we will call the police for you. Okay. And then 2 minutes later, again, a phone call. Okay, there's also a small amount of fire we heard. I was like, okay, what the fuck? And we came there. There was like standing a car in our store. And probably if you look it on the internet, you'll find the car inside the store burned out. They drove it through the door. They didn't steal anything, and they just put it on fire. And it was really horrible because when we came there, like the fire department was already there, and they're living elderly people above the store, and they were climbing from balcony to balcony to wake people up to get them out of there. Yeah, this was really a horrible situation, and it happened on Monday night and going into Tuesday. The next week would start Mega Week, and I was like, okay, if you go quick, we can rebuild the store like before the Mega Week starts. Perhaps we were skipping on the Monday, perhaps, but in the end it took like 6 months to reopen the store. That was really shitty.
I can imagine that would, everything at once.
And we were kind of lucky that it happened on I think 16 or 17 September 2009. So we were owning our store like for a year and a half, and on the 1st of January of 2009 we bought ourselves into the Breda One store. So 50% of that store was also us. So we still had a job. We would do deliveries from one store, so we got a big break even. We broke it, and so in the end, it was financially, it was one of the best things that could happen to us. We were insured, but not for the full amount, so that was also a problem. But everything what happened, it also made us progress harder. We rebuilt the store with a new image because it was a really old image. We had still money to buy another store, so in the end, financially it was good. But when you arrive that night, you have no clue. You've been a business owner for like a year and a bit, and then you see your store getting burnt, and this is it. You close down the store at night, and you see this the next a couple of hours later. That's crazy.
It is crazy indeed.
Yeah,
but it's good that kind of like motivated you.
Yeah, nobody got hurt. That's especially on top, man. I always think, what were those kids thinking? We have no clue who did it. So, but the police really thought that we were like some kind of mafia is a big word for it all. But we really got interrogated roughly because they thought, okay, somebody is having something on us. Because why would someone do this and not stealing anything? But there was nothing, and it was really crazy times. Yeah. But in the end, it all went well, and we had a really nice store afterwards. So.
That's what's important.
We were running on MS-DOS computers, you know.
Yeah.
So, and then we got the touchscreen. So because the insurance paid for it, that was really nice. Yeah. But in the end, Yeah, I don't want that to happen again. So some people joke around to know the story. Yeah, but now we're good insured. We get a lot of money and we get a new store. Yeah, okay. I will tell them, okay, you should try it one day. Check how you feel about it. So it was a bizarre night. Yeah.
I can only imagine.
yeah. I hope nobody. We'll have to face this, but there are worse things in life. But at that moment, it felt like the worst thing ever, of course.
Well, talking about all that, you mentioned that, for example, the person that won so many records actually won one of them on the day your son was born.
Yeah.
So on that note, it's like I wanted to ask you about. Are you completely focused on Domino's? How is your work-life balance?
Well, it's sometimes
throughout the years now.
Well, after my son was born, I think it was good for me because it was only work at that time, and that made me realize, it's like the classic thing parents say, but it realized there's something more important than work and also Domino's in the world. And that's this little guy who's already big by now, but that gave me more balance in the end. And I ended up also, I think when he was 2 years old or something. I ended up in the hospital, paralyzed for a week. I didn't know if I would wake up in the morning. I was there for a week. And it happened during my holiday, and I was still in the Netherlands, but because I had so much stress probably in my body, and then the little guy came to the hospital, and I was on like everything was put in my body, and I was connected to all kinds of machines, and I was feeling okay, but I could not move my arms and legs, and he wanted to pull everything out, and he wanted to climb on the bed. He was crying, and that popped in my mind. Okay, this is not good. I thought I had it in control, but that really changed my mind. That this was not the way to go. So that was when I started more reading about being balanced in life and not being on all the time. That's why our managers now have work phones, and they're not allowed to work that much. And that changed a lot. So, but for the good, I think.
I didn't know it was like that serious.
Yeah. Everything started falling out, and I could not lift this. I couldn't do it, especially not this. I could not do it. And they checked me on like tons of things, and in the end, it was just a stress factor. And I still have it. When you're doing like training, lifting, or you're doing lifting, your muscles, you feel them here. No, but I feel it here. Then that it starts tingling, and I got cramps, and I still have it when I do too much. I feel it here. It's like a mechanism who say, okay, you're doing too much, and I have to lay down a bit, not actually lay down, but just take my foot off the gas.
Yeah,
just relax, and that's better. But it was a hard confrontation with myself. Yeah,
rest is important.
especially. So it's all about balance. You can work hard, and I always tell people you should work hard in your life. If you want to reach something, but take care of yourself, because you only have one body.
I sometimes do neglect that myself. Just everyone is talking about this balance, which I still haven't found out about, but
but that's when you're young, then not that old, but when you're young, it's everybody get themselves confronted one day with it, and I think it's not that bad, but balance is important. You have to relax every day. You have to find some time to relax or let your body rest. Sleep well. That's I think the best point. I really sleep. I always slept like 5 hours, 5.5. I have more time in my day, but no, man, fuck off. That's the first thing I put in my agenda. I sleep for like 7.5, 8 hours. That's period. So I'll start later with doing my job, but I have to I have to sleep well. Then that's important. But also like I said, Domino's is fun for me. It's like a hobby, but you should do other stuff also sometimes. Especially when you get older, but people have to find it out themselves. You can tell them as much stories as you want, but people have to figure it out themselves in the end. So.
Very true.
But for especially for our managers, I will guard them. Since this happened to me, I really put some stuff in place that they can switch off, especially with like 24-hour economy these days, things like WhatsApp, social media. Now they don't have to be. You're not a Domino's manager the whole day, 24/7. You're not. You're a person, and part of you is being a Domino's manager. I mean, you do it. I want your full commitment.
Yes, of course.
I think it. Sometimes I think it's more important than they believe for themselves, that they have to relax also. So that's something we changed in the business also during that time, and I figured it out.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, well, I guess I've noticed how like your life and your work kind of merge together. So sometimes it's more of one rather than the other. So that's, but
that's also good, it's not bad. I believe that if you want to reach something in life, you have to do it. You have to give it something extra.
Of course.
It's so good. But if you're the whole day working on building computers or something, then your mind goes crazy one day. And what in the hospital was the second time already, because the first time I think I was having lunch at my apartment. So I got a big glass of milk, some sandwiches, and when I was finished, you have to take your plate and you put it in the sink. That's it, eh?
Yeah.
To do the dishes. That's it. It was standing there in front of me, the empty glass of milk, the plate. I knew, okay, I have to put it in the sink. I couldn't do it. I couldn't figure it out. I sat there for 5 hours. Then my girlfriend came home from work. I said, "What the fuck are you doing?" I said, "Like, yeah, this is happening." Then it it was a breakdown in my head, and then it happened like years later with my body, and I thought I was in control. So I thought, okay, it once happened in my head, now it happened to my body. This is the last warning. Next time it's your heart. So
Yeah.
that's that. Then and then you have to realize.
When you get a wake up call, you better act.
Yeah. Especially when you have to really react.
Okay, so something else that I also wanted to talk about is like finance,
Yeah.
because I am interested in finance myself. I'm planning on. We'll see. One of my like biggest life goals is to be like a millionaire at some point,
Nice.
and
That's a good thing, by the way.
I'm already like working on it. So hopefully 8 to 10 years, I will make it happen.
It's one of my life goals also. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know what? I always thought this is so hard because everybody in the world wants to be a millionaire. And during the years, I found out nobody wants to be a millionaire. Nobody wants to give. Everybody wants to be there, but they don't want to give the effort. So, but do you want to be a millionaire because of the magical number, or you want like financial freedom?
I want freedom, honestly. I want to just do what I love without worrying about anything.
Yeah.
I love to explore. I want to just like be able to, every now and then just go somewhere randomly with friends, family. So that would be great. And also, of course, have the freedom to build whatever, because I love creating stuff.
Yeah.
I love technology. Technology is expensive sometimes.
Yeah. Especially these days. No, that's also my my thing on the being millionaire part. Yeah, having the freedom. I think that's one of the greater goods in life, if you can reach freedom.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good goal, and if you set your goal for that, I'm sure you're going to make it. Because a lot of people are not willing to go there, so they say they want, but they don't.
Currently I'm actually investing a lot, in like the stock markets, which might not be the best thing to do right now, but I think I'm actually like proud of myself that I actually started like a few years ago. And I'm keeping it going, so that's
but in the long term, it's a great
of course.
You have to be in the long run for these investments. I think it's with basically every investment. So teach me something about that, because I really want to learn more about it someday. Yeah. Because I'm speaking with a friend of mine in like next week Saturday. We planned a meeting, and he's going to teach me some stuff about the stock market.
Okay.
He's already in it, so that's nice.
Yeah, well, what I know now, after some experience, it's like, of course, it depends on how much like your risk tolerance is and stuff like that. But for me, I am young and I can take a bit more risk. But also, of course, it should be calculated risk, not just gamble.
No, exactly, yeah.
And what I found out works the best is just sticking to a few companies that you know a lot for, and that actually they make stuff that you are passionate about.
Yeah.
So that I think will work for me.
And nice that you say you're young. You can take a bit more risk now, because later when you have a family or something, it's shifting, and that's also why I want to start my business. I want to try it one time. Would it fail? I would take a normal job. It would all be good, but I at least I tried. And it's like the same thing you say. Okay, I can take now a bit more risk. And that's really clever. That you. A lot of people don't take the risk in the beginning. They want to party and stuff, but you can party, but you also.
Yes.
These are the golden years, from your 20 till your 30. I would say, to build like the foundation of your life. So really, really good that you're doing that. after the holiday we'll speak about this, and I know a bit more about it. I'm really looking forward into your vision on it. So since you're a couple of years in it, I will learn from you probably.
Okay, nice. Okay.
I will do the interview then, yeah?
Of course.
Nice.
Feel free to do so.
Okay, cool. Nice.
I was wondering, like, are you invested in anything else besides Domino's?
I opened up another food company. I sold it already. It was a start, and we started like 3 days after Corona started here in Holland, so it was really hard. But we managed to survive. I'm doing some. I'm renting out some apartments in Tilburg. The Breda One store, the building is not the whole building, but the store is mine. I'm doing some cryptos. I think I've 2 shares in Thuisbezorgd.
Okay.
Just 2 shares because I was exploring it a bit and thought, okay, I always hate it when we get orders from Thuisbezorgd because it's better than when people come through Domino's. But then I was like, if I own just 1 or 2 stocks from, I have 3 by the way, I have 3. And I own 3 stocks in Thuisbezorgd. Always when we get a Thuisbezorgd order, I'm like, okay, this is better for my stock. just a little thing, and it's always funny that. So that's it. I have 3 stocks Thuisbezorgd.
You're a partial owner, so.
So I'm a partial owner, so it's not No, and I know it doesn't make sense, but I saw it and thought, okay, this is a good thing. So now I hate Thuisbezorgd orders a little bit less. So.
I mean that makes sense. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah,
a cool thing to do, just to trick yourself, kind of.
So that's those 3 basically. Domino's is my big investment. Yeah. But you have to spread it out at a certain point. First I think it's good to go all in, but then you have to spread it a bit. That's better for. Yeah, you can do Domino's your whole life, and there's a lot of factors. You have a contract. When they say in the end, okay, we will not extend your contract. Okay, there are some basic rules for it, but it can happen. Yeah, what you're going to do then? So that's it.
Of course. I wanted to ask, of course, with like your relationship with money. It's like, maybe it's not that great of a question to ask what your net worth is, but like for me personally, I'm kind of more interested into like the percentage. For example, I can share that I am currently like 2% of my assets are like savings. Mm-hmm. Then about 7 to 8% are like cash, and 90% I'm investing.
Yeah.
So I use like.
Most of it is in Domino's, of the word, of course. Let me think. Okay, do a quick math thing. Let's say I think 70% is Domino's. This is the business. Then I think 5% is in the like savings and crypto, and the rest is in the apartments, the house. I think something like that. Yeah, close to it.
Okay. So it's like
Yeah.
Mostly the investments, the business.
Yeah, that mostly it is in Domino's, and it's in there. So it has it's worth something. And we all know what it's worth, but it's what people pay for it. If you sell a store, so it's how you look at it. Yeah, but I think if you break it up, it would be a bit like these percentages. I think. Yeah.
I see. Oh, I mean.
Yeah, never did that math.
Yeah, of course. But honestly, I could imagine that it would be something like that. Yeah, that makes sense.
That's the biggest thing. You build it your whole life, and now you're swapping a bit, and But also the apartment business. It's there's coming a lot of regulations, so perhaps I'm shifting it a bit. But
I see.
I try to hold it like this because I think it's a good way of dividing the money. Yeah,
Of course.
yeah.
And it's like kind of insurance as well.
Yeah, you know, because a lot of people they build into their pension, and I'm not doing it because this is my pension also. So I have to. People tend to forget it. Yeah, you own some houses, yeah, but okay, but you will have a pension later on. It's paying you a couple of thousands until the day you die, and this is I have to go by another way. So.
Yeah, well, I think the same because some people do rely like on pension. They try to work more and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't ever would want to rely on pension because I don't know if you know, like some situations in certain countries, it's like, yeah.
It's on the hood, and then we're really protecting us. But it's really concerning me that they're changing it now, and that's the thing. People they don't know all the details about it, and they're not interested because they think it's boring and it's on the news. They think, oh, okay, but it's really what they're changing here in the Netherlands. It's really, really concerning because it can go totally wrong, and then that's it. But also on the other hand, who says I'm going to make it until my probably 70 when I'm in that age that you get your pension started. Yeah, and then we have this crazy thing also that. Oh no, that's not your pension. Oh no, that's not. But you know, it's like I always think, okay, you give the government or you give them your money, and they say, okay, we look after it. And I'm not a big fan of government interference in a lot of stuff. And then they're like, okay, you get your money back when you're old, and when you become 120, okay, then you get. Then you're on the good side, but you know, I've seen a lot of people die at a young age, and that like it's not a guarantee it's for nobody guarantee that you make it. So
Of course.
Yeah, so I want to keep it close to myself, in my own determine my own fate with that, and yeah, that's one of the risks I take in life. Yeah. Perhaps I end up with almost nothing. Yeah, we'll see.
Of course. Well, I mean, it's nice to know that you are actually in control of what's happening.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like you say, I'm not working on that pension thing. I think it's good if people find their rest in it. They really have to do it. But for me, it's not working that day. Yeah, I want to be in control of that. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm not worried about it. So.
That's good if you want. Yeah.
I don't need that much in life, you know. I'm not like I need a big car, I need a boat, I need a massive villa. I need to go to Ibiza like every 3-4 weeks. No, just give me a PlayStation, give me a Netflix, sometimes a festival, some good friends, some good stories.
Yeah.
Some bottles of beer sometimes. I'm all good, man. I don't need that much in my life. So
fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there are certain things that, for example, I want that are kind of expensive. Like if I really want to go like on a fly planes. So I can imagine. You can imagine that it's a bit more on the expensive side.
Yeah.
So
you want to fly yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. We had a guy. He started working when he was 14 in one of our stores, and he's now a private pilot. He flew a U2 also.
Okay.
Did a tour here. We came across with during the carnival, and we were like checking, really really nice guy he is, and that's also a cool thing. He said, you know, a lot of things I learned in Domino's as a kid from you guys, I still use it in my job. And that's always the thing that makes me proud, you know, because it's already, for me, it felt like yesterday that he was working in my store, but now this guy's a pilot, and he's still saying, okay, I learned so much from the time in Domino's, how you worked with people and because he was working one of the first employees in my store when we bought a so I, not like with you guys now, I sometimes pop by and that's it, but I worked every day with this guy. And he said, I learned so much from you. And then that also makes me proud, you know. That's really cool that he's now also a pilot. And so that was popping on my mind when you talked about the flying. Yeah, but that's really cool. I think that's also, is for you like a way of freedom. You think if you're up in the sky?
I guess so. I mean, flying is like kind of, my childhood dream, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even last year, I actually flew a plane.
Really?
Yeah. It's like like 15-20 minutes thingy that you can, of course, pay for it, and then they let you fly. So
Yeah?
that was really cool. Yeah.
So in the end, you'll take lessons someday then? Fly lessons?
Oh yeah, definitely. Probably when I finish my study, I'll just find something, maybe work. Probably, most definitely will work like for at least a couple of years.
Yeah.
And during that time, I'll probably go for a course. Yeah,
Nice. Yeah, that's really cool.
that's the plan.
Flew on your own. That's really cool. Yeah, well, I was afraid to fly, so it's now okay. But I skipped two flights because of the fear for flying. So
You're not flying often?
well, I do. So I had to get over it. But it was really. I once left my girlfriend behind on the airport. So she would take the plane. I would pick up her mother, bring her to the airport, and she would go with my girlfriend. And then years later, we went to Australia. I don't know. I hate flying overseas, man. I don't know. What it is.
Okay, I get that.
And I really hate it. And then we were going to Australia with Domino's guys. And then I don't know, man. I freaked out, and when I saw the flight path. I think we're flying to the Middle East or something, and from that all the way to Australia. So it's like hours and hours overseas. And then my mom thought I was on a plane, and then I opened the front door, and she was like, "Oh no, did it happen again?" And on a Saturday, yeah, I'm here again. Then 2 days later, it was all quiet in my head, and I booked a flight for my own. But I flew to Singapore, so overland, just a small part over the sea. Because we were afterwards. So it was on the Australian Domino's rally. So I ended up being there at the end party. So I got dessert and then the party. So that the best thing of the 3 days I got there. But afterwards we were going to Formula One, and we with some of the guys, we planned a trip for a week holiday to Bali in Indonesia. So I thought, okay, dude, you're going to miss out on all this cool stuff. So and they're still making fun of it. So
well, I mean,
the guys.
You came over it. So.
Yeah, it's not not my biggest hobby to fly like to the United States or something or that, but I'm good with it. Overland there's no problem, but and this is also cool. The crazy thing is, I have it only on the way. On the way back, I don't have it. I'm not a big fan, but on going there, because I'm in control. I can say, okay, I'm not going. But when you're in the United States, they will one day they will kick you out. You have to go back.
Yes.
So that's it. But if I can, I will fly. If I will take a car in Europe, but not to Spain. I used to drive to Spain or to Hungary or something, but I stopped doing that. But then I'll take the plane. But when I'm going to Germany, I will not fly to Berlin or something. I'll take the car. That's good.
I guess it's more reassuring when you're going back to where you came from.
Yeah. So that's basically it.
Yeah, I mean, I get that overseas. I don't think I've ever flown like over the oceans, but you're talking to a guy that actually watches aircraft crashes investigator while flying. So.
Yeah. I have it on Netflix. There's now a documentary about the MH370, the plane that disappeared from Malaysian Airlines, and it's in my list. But I knew I had to fly this summer, so I don't know. Then it pops up in my mind. Okay, we went to Hungary like last week for Formula One with a friend, and. I will watch it this week because I cannot watch it in the weeks up front because I think it brings bad luck or something. I don't know what it is. It's crazy. No, but also when you fly to the United States, normally I think you fly over Greenland apart, and then I'm all cool when we're above Greenland. But also I'm watching the monitor. Then it's like, okay, if you would go down, could we make it to land or not? I really hate fishes. I don't like swimming in the sea because of fishes. I like them in an aquarium because I think it's really nice to see them, but I don't want to have fishes all around me. And I was like, okay, then we go down with the plane and the fishes, and of course you'll be dead when you hit the water. But I don't want to end up with the fishes in the ocean.
think that might be like a control thing as well.
Yeah.
Because what I've noticed is, well, because of course, when I first flew, I was like kind of excited, I've never done that. So I think what helps me the most is just learning about it more. So the more I know about it, the less I'm
That's a good one.
afraid from anything, because
I know nothing can happen, it's
Of course.
it's bigger. You will probably die in a car accident instead of in a plane crash, but I don't know. It's the control thing. That's like I said on already there. Then I'm like, okay, I'm in control. If I can say I'm not going, but on the way back, I'm not in control. I have to go back, so that's not bothering me. But also, driving a scooter, I hate to sit in the back. Also with a car, normally I drive the car because I'm like more. I don't know. It's not like I freak out or something, but it's more like, okay, if you go somewhere, I'll drive.
Yeah.
Just to be in control. And in the plane, you cannot. You can do one day. You can fly it, but
Of course.
okay. So first you teach me about stocks, then about flying a plane. So then I'm more comfortable flying a plane. If I have to take over, so.
Yeah, one day when I get the license and the plane, everything, I ride you, no problem.
Okay, nice. I'll learn it from the best then. Nice.
We'll see about that.
Let's hope, Otherwise, I'm not going up with you in a plane, probably.
Okay, fair.
And I see all those things where they have to press. Like, holy fuck, how can you control this? This is a big thing. It's amazing that we can fly. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. But if you want to see something of the world, that was also popped in mind. If you want to see something of the world, you have to take a plane. Otherwise your life will be really small here in this part of the world, and it's so much to see.
Yeah, it really is crazy, like what humans have achieved in general.
It's crazy. It's always I'm so many times I think, okay, really did we invent this? Like going into space and stuff. I'm like, holy fuck, how can we do this? And when you watch Discovery Channel about how they do things and how we make these big buildings, and it's crazy what we can do. In really a short span of life.
Yes.
If you look at like mankind, I'm almost like, holy fuck, we did it in like
a blink of an eye.
in like 100 years ago. I sometimes think, I think my both grandmothers, they died like in 8 or 9 days from each other, and I think it's like 33 years ago. And I sometimes think, what if they would come back for one day? I would see the world like this. They could not process it properly, and it's just 30 years.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? And hopefully we all also will live for 30 years plus. But let's say we live for like 50 more years. You cannot imagine how the world will look in 50 years. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I think in the Middle Age you knew, okay, there's this castle, it will be there in 50 years. Or another landlord took it, probably. And they built like another tower on it, but not this how we evolve as a humankind. It's dangerous, but it's crazy. I think it's really that's also, I think I can be passionate about that, what we can achieve in life.
It's a good thing to be passionate about, for sure. Just wanted to ask you something else about investment. Because I saw you drive a Tesla.
Yeah.
And actually, I'm investing a lot in Tesla.
Oh, nice.
So, how is the car?
it's great. I can take you for a drive someday. You can drive it also if you want. No, it's great. It's really the speed is great. You feel much safer because when there's a situation on the road, if you have an elderly car or something, sometimes you have to brake. Sometimes you have to give more power to it. Give gas, we say, but you don't do it in Tesla. And especially the self-driving thing, it's really, really nice. It gives you much more. I bought that car because my son and his mother used to live like an hour away from Breda. They now live like 4 or 5 minutes from my house. But I had to pick him up and I brought him home like every week. And with the traffic jams, it was horrible. Sometimes 2-3 hour driving if you were on a bad day, a bad moment. And then when you put on the Tesla, you were exhausted before because you had You know, it's the focus, and it's not only that you don't have to press the gas all the time, and that's doable. But the focus, you have to have less focus on the car, and I think in the end it will be much safer with all these cars when they connected to each other.
Yeah, and especially with as you said, full self driving, because
it's great.
That's
it's really really nice, and also, you know, the thing I like the most, I'm a bit old-fashioned. You know, when I go to the Hornbach, you know, the Baumarkt, and then when you want to get some paint, there's like, okay, we have like 1 million colors. I'm like, dude, I know 7 colors. You know? And then you get the light blue and the dark blue, light green, dark green. That's basically it. And then that's always stressing me out. All those, and that's the thing I cannot process in my head. Too much choice. And with Tesla, the thing I like there, you know, when normally people when they go look for a new car. You know, when my dad got a new car, then every 4 years from the lease company, he was like weeks, evening by evening, he was checking out the details and what options he had. And I'm like, holy fuck, this is giving me so much stress. And Tesla made this so easy for me. They said, okay, we have 5 colors. You have 2 different sets of the wheels, and you have like the dark or light image on the inside.
Yeah.
And that's like, okay, this is a company I love. They make choice for me. That's why I run on iPhone. I don't want just make the choice for me. You know, I don't want that much options in my life. And that's it. I choose a color. I said, okay, give me the 9-inch, 19-inch, and do the dark interior. That was it. You order the car online.
Straightforward,
It's there. Yeah, that's what I like about it. And I the different opinions on Elon Musk, but I think he's crazy and he's genius at the same time. So.
He's up there.
Oh, really? Oh, is this and is your examples heroes or what?
Kind of, yeah. Some people that, I guess, like a piece of them stuck with me. You could say that.
Oh, nice. Famous people also like friends, family or stuff in it, or?
Well, friends and family are there.
Oh.
No, like on the pictures.
So like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No clue the rest of that.
Yeah. Well.
See some familiar faces, I think, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's like. That's Jordan Peterson.
Oh yeah. I follow him on Instagram also.
Yeah. Then you got Lex Friedman. Yeah, he's like an AI guy.
Who's that?
Lex Friedman.
Which picture?
This person.
Oh, next to Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he has quite a lot of really good podcasts, really good topics. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. If you want, I can tell you all about the rest.
Yeah.
It's a big list, I guess.
Because and you put it here that because they give you inspiration, or
Yeah,
nice.
for
That's
sure.
really cool.
It's like for I started working out like for the last 3 months or so. More. What else? We have some because I love engineering.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not an engineer on paper, but I'm an engineer at heart.
Yeah. That's most.
As you can tell.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I love to like just listen to stuff about rockets, rocket engines, stuff like that.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah. It's all inspiration, I guess.
Yeah, but I believe if you see that every day, it definitely will inspire. That's a really cool idea, man.
Yeah. And also have your goals right in front of you.
Yeah.
Just like with the plane.
I did it on one of my, you. The thing I hate about doing business is that you have to deal with banks, and they're really like the crooks of the system. I believe that you need them if you start a business, and they've given us such a hard time. They told us you're growing too fast. I'm like, yeah, but we're making money in every store. And we had the really big opportunity to buy the 2 Tilburg stores at that time. And they said, no, we want you to consolidate. I said, but I've never skipped a down payment to you guys. We're never made a single month a loss during, I think it was then, we were 8 years running the business. And now there's this big opportunity and you guys tell me no. So we had to get the finance from elsewhere. And at that moment, something cracked in my head, and I hate these banks. Even if you buy a house, if you're a company owner, they give you such a hard time. Normally, you just hand them the last 3 months of your pay slip, a summary of last year, and then you get like tons of money for a house. And as a business owner with all positive results, they're giving you such a hard time, and it's like you're like, that you're like a criminal or something. That's the feeling they gave me. So my motivation then, okay, I'm going to pay you back as fast as I can. So I put it on the mirror in my bedroom. So every day when I woke up, I would see the number, how much I owed the bank, and every time I could pay them back a bit of money, I pay them back, and then I do the calculation. So okay, this if I pay them, do this extra down payment, it saves me that amount of rent. I'll pay them also that rent, and I would do the calculation. Okay, if you pay this rent I saved, I pay them that, I save another bit of rent. So I'd always, and in the end it was like the third number was like €3.19. I paid them €3.19 in like on I think a totally budget of $1 million, €1 million. So, and every day I put a number and I write a new number down with my whole mirror was, my girlfriend was getting crazy because she wanted to use the mirror, but I said no. When I wake up, I want to know I'm going to work hard today because I want to get rid of this number, and it worked for me. Instead of 5 years, I paid them back in like 3.5. So that was I think it was last year, the last down payment, and then I said okay, I'm never going to get some money from those guys again. It's really
I get that.
And now I'm their best friend. They call me, yeah, can do you want to invest? No, I'm not. I told them I would rather take a higher interest than lending money from you guys. I will never do it in my life again. Because now I believe with everything paid off, the whole business, everything, all the adventure, I'll earn some savings, and I don't. Yeah, you know, if you need them, you probably will call them. But I will never go by this that they will put me on strange. You know, that they say, okay, you're not allowed to grow. And we bought the stores, by the way. So then they asked us to come over, and they apologized. I think I'm the only person in the world who got an apology from a national team. So they came there and they apologized for not financing us, and they said, okay, but we now see that you can run the business really well. I said, I told you, and my track record was perfect. Okay, but do you want to? We want to offer you a deal, and you get a lower interest. I said, no, I'm not taking your deal. I'll pay more interest for this deal with those stores, but you're not getting a part of it because I'm not signing your agreement with all your rules. Really
too little, too late.
Yeah, that was really a statement we made to those guys. And then in the end, she quit her job 2 months later. So I think the manager.
Life happens.
Yeah, that's yeah. But that's it. If you want something, you have to go after it, and don't tell people you cannot do it. Yeah. And I knew this was a really, really big opportunity. You have to take opportunities. You have to see it. It's like the M&M store story that I cannot come up with a quote now, but in one of his famous numbers, he also raps about it. When you have an opportunity, I probably when you hear the track, you know exactly what I mean.
I think I know what you mean. From the
8 Mile movie also.
Yes.
Yeah. When you have
the opportunity to seize everything that you ever wanted.
That part. Yeah. And never let anybody tell you no. You know. So
of course.
They're there to protect you, but if you this was crazy. They said you're going too fast. Yeah, but this is opportunity. And we waited for this I think 5 or 6 years to get this opportunity. We missed on that opportunity twice. We twice had the opportunity and we could not get those stores. And those was the store where I started working as a driver. That was like emotional thing, but also the Racel store. But we always said this will be the biggest store in the Netherlands. And to be honest, we 2 years ago it became the busiest store in the Netherlands. We said, okay, this is the best area. We want to build a store there, but we were not allowed by the head office because it was somebody else's territory. And then it was built and we could not buy it. And then when the opportunity came and we said we want this store because it was doing shit. And we wanted it. And the cool thing was that 11,100 euros in a week. On average, and we said, okay, we're going to do on the first day we buy it, we're going to do a mega week, second pizza for free, and we had to close down the website on a Thursday because the ovens could not handle the rush. So and I had the manager, he was living in Roosendaal, so we had to drive like I think 35-40 minutes to the store. And I told him, okay, you have to, I said, how much do you think we do in sales? I think at least double, but make it like 1.3 extra. So instead of doing 11, said we'll do 25. I said, you're crazy. No, but you have to order the food on that. I said, okay, I will, but we're still not going to make it. And I checked his food in the night, and he was almost home. I called him, dude, I said 25. Yeah, no, but we're not going to make. So I put 15. That's also a record for us. Okay, you have to go back now. No, I don't want to go back. So you have to go back. And I made him turn around, and he went back to the store and he ordered. And I checked it again, and then he ordered for it. And we did 27. But we had to close down on we had to close down on delivery because the ovens could do 2 ovens, 2 times 100 pizzas in an hour, and on we did that day on a Monday we did 225 I think 225 pizzas in on a Monday. We had to start with the maker, and it's going up and up. So we it was crazy.
That's a lot.
Yeah, so we had to close down the store, the website. We had to reroute it to another store where they do deliveries from another store, and so that's it. If you believe it, then you can make it.
Anything is possible. Well, I don't want to get too much of your time.
Yeah. I have a meeting at 12. Yeah, I have to be somewhere. But
Just have a couple more questions about like the Domino's store, like on
Yep.
the finance side.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay, if I send one text message really quick.
of course.
Yes, it's my girlfriend. I had to learn myself that I cannot run late with her. She really hates it. That I'm sometimes all over the place, and then so I have to let her know that I'm running late. Then it's okay, but
I see.
yeah, that's a thing. Domino's, you're always running about time, and then in my personal time, I don't want to be confronted with times. We have these outdoor times and all that stuff. So at home, there, I don't watch, take track of time. So. Oh, Elon Musk quote.
Of course.
This is, I'm going to remember this that you put in. Yeah, but this is really a base for success, man.
It's like growing over the months or the years, because it was like a couple, like just like those 4 people at the beginning, and then I just grew.
Yeah, but that's it. You now you need a bigger house. You need to become richer because you need a bigger house to put all these pictures on.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
No, but yeah, this is something I really don't see that much anymore. I don't know. It feels like I'm really old, but I'm not even in my 40s.
I mean, it can get kind of weird, I guess, for some people, but for me, it's like, yeah. I don't care.
This is one thing I will remember for the rest of my life. That I came here and that you put all these faces on the wall. This is cool, man. This is really amazing.
Thank you. Well, yeah. Just a couple of questions. Like, I think you already mentioned that to me once, but like, how much on average is it to start the like one store?
Of your own money, then, eh?
Yeah.
I think it's normal that you bring in like 25%. I'm not sure if that's the number still. So, and the average build cost, I'm not sure. It depends on the store, on the how big it is, but I think you have to bring. Back nowadays, we had to bring like 40K.
Yeah, probably now a bit more.
Yeah, a bit more.
Inflation and everything.
Yeah. So between 60 and 80, I think, something like that. But there, in Domino's, we have like this system where when you work in the company. They have a finance package for you because and they with the big banks and all they made packages. So when you speak to the head office and they really want to have you, and we just had to call them and said, okay, one open store, okay, this is it, you can sign here, and we had a chat with them. That's it, and now you have this whole program of that they check on you, that they teach you in like a couple of months how to become a franchisee. They guide you. That's we had to do it ourselves, but now it's much more. It's really improved on that side. So.
I see. So it's more streamlined.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, and also because we're now by now we're a big company, so the banks know our business, and it's really it's for a bank it's a scary business because we didn't get the finance like I just told you, and they basically said, okay, but how do you know what if there's no customer calling tomorrow for pizza? Yeah, that's not happening. Yeah, but who's going to call then? I don't know. The phone will ring. Yeah, but you're not sure. When you're like working for like Boeing or something, you're building planes, you get like billions orders for billions of euros or dollars, and you know that you have like work for the next 2-3 years. We have no clue. If nobody, there's not an issue. It could be that nobody will order a pizza today in our store. It's possible. We don't know it because we don't have long contracts, and that's scary for banks. But now, since Domino's is a big business in the Netherlands, they know our business, they believe in it, and that's also our head office. They have like the connections with the banks that they guarantee that the Domino's store will be successful. If will it fail, they will take the store back, and they will be responsible also for it. So that's easier to start these days.
Sure. Insurance for the banks.
Exactly. Yeah. Because because like the equipment is basically the same, but the store image is more important. Like back in days when you build a store for like I think 200K, then like 80 to 100 was the all the machinery and stuff, which the bank can take out and resell if needed. But the rest was the image of the store. But now I think 2/3 is the image of the store. So the tiles on the wall, they cannot resell it.
Yeah.
So they have that's and you don't have the insurance of customers. They will call, of course. Yeah. But that's it.
The analytics.
Yeah. That's good that the head office is behind and they have large pockets.
That's good. Yeah. What's the return on investment period?
It depends, of course, on how you're running your store. But I think if you're running a store well, it will be between 10 and 15% on EBITDA. So well, the return of investment, it was 5 years. We tried to do it in 3, but in these years it depends. I think depending on so much details, but I think between 4 if you're doing really well and 7 at the moment. I think.
I see.
That's my estimate.
Okay.
I think
And I don't know if you can share what kind of percentage of your earnings does go to Dutch taxes, and then how much would that go to the Domino's head?
It's really simple because you have this tax system. You have the high tax and low tax, and low is on food. So we pay 9% tax. It went up from 6, so that's a lot. So 9% on tax. We pay the royalty sales are let's say 6.5%. So I'm not sure. I think it's 6, and then we pay for the national advertising fund also. So that's also another 5 or 6%. And that we do national marketing, and that's really helping us. That's it. Yeah, and then of course you that's without when we pay the staff, of course we also we have to pay also tax on on that, and that's I always say, but it's going to different parties. I always you see it on the schedules. I put plus 25% on what you earn. Like for example, if you earn like 10 euros an hour, I put 12.50 up in the system. It will be between 22 and 30%. We have to pay also over your wages.
Of course. Yeah, that's interesting.
I'm missing something out. Yeah, that's for the government, the tax system. Yeah, and of course when you make a profit, we got this profit tax also. So I think it's up to the first 200,000 in profit, and it's in a company. So it's not per store but per company. You can put like more stores in one BV, we call it, in a company. You pay 19% or 19 or 20%, and above the 200k, which if you have like one BV per store, and then you will not make it that easy. Then it will go to 25% in the end on the profit.
And like marketing is also part of the Domino's name that you're paying for.
The marketing fund.
Yeah.
You we pay this percentage, and it goes into the national marketing. So for being on TV, radio, internet, like the national flyers you see in the store, and you can do your own local store marketing. But that went down. We used to do like 5% on national marketing. That advised to go between 3 and 5% on local store marketing. That's really brought down because we're such a big company, and most of it is going by the national fund. That's like McDonald's,
Yeah.
So
Of course.
yeah.
Well, yeah, that's about wrapping it up. Just at the end, wanted to ask, like, well, I guess you already kind of mentioned some things, but well, what would like your best advice for young people who are going into business, having their own stuff? What a good advice would be, or something that maybe you wanted to know beforehand.
Like we said, do something you enjoy and really what you're passionate about, and never give up. So, like, it's like a wrap up of all the things you said in this interview. Success is a choice. That's really that's really one of my basics that I believe. Okay, you if you decide to be successful, you'll be successful. And also one of the quotes I use a lot of in meetings is, "There's no elevator to success. You'll have to take the stairs." And that's one you find everyone in it. But I think it's so powerful because it everybody wants to be at the top, but you have to, it will not go fast. But you have to believe in yourself, be passionate about it, and have fun, man. That's it. Oh, and be nice to people. That's I think I think you know what happened in our company a couple of months ago. You have to be nice to people, man. Because I always tell people, especially when you work on your own on your computer, then it's just you, and you can be however you want it to be. But when you work with people, they will make your success. And I always tell our managers, okay, and our people in the company also, you guys can easily work a day without me, easily. I can never work a day without you guys. So you have to be nice to people, nice and fair, passionate. Be nice and fair to people, and believe in yourself, and never give up. That's it. Yeah, it's the basics, but it's not that. There's not a big mystique about it.
Very true. Yeah.
Yeah, but just do it and keep on pushing. Yeah, that's
can be funny how like some slogans like "just do it" are actually so effective.
yeah. Well, we had also we called it JFDI, just fucking do it. we used that slogan a lot.
Okay.
So. Keep on pushing and believe in yourself. Never give up.
Well, thank you for doing this.
You too.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you too. It's really nice.
It was a pleasure.
Yeah, normally I'm used to that I'm the guy asking questions.
Yes.
So this was in the beginning a bit weird, but no, this is really cool, man. I like your style. I think you have good questions and your build up is good. So
thank you.
So so if you're not going to be being a pilot or next Elon Musk or Steve Jobs, you always can go to be a top interviewer. You can beat like the Oprahs of this world. And,
well, that's a bit generous. Thank you.
No, you're doing well, man. So, but this is for the YouTube channel then, or what? Or
yeah, well, I mean, I just wanted to do it first of all. Yeah.
Because it's not a school assignment then.
No.
Just very nice.
Yeah, I think I might have a bit too much, too many things going on. Maybe I should focus more on one thing. I should definitely do that.
Yeah.
But recently I've been like trying to get out of my comfort zone a bit more. For example, I just started because I love photography, as you can tell, like taking pictures anytime at the, like when I'm going with family somewhere or friends, I'm the one taking photos. And and recently, like the last 2 months, I've actually earned money from it for the first time.
Yeah,
It's
nice.
like 150 euros. So
Nice.
That's
Nice.
yeah. So as I told you, the quote, fuck around and find out. So I'm doing exactly that.
Yeah, great. It's cool that you mentioned that you earned the first time money. You know, I think you missed it in my house, but I have this the first 10 euros I earned. I put it on the wall.
Okay.
So it's not on the wall. It's on like the where you put in a photo, because it was a medium Hawaii. It was 9.50. I did the delivery. I took her 10 euro bill. I drove to the cash machine. I got 10 euros out of it, and that 10 euro out of the cash machine got in the register, and the 10 we listed. So actually, my first 10 euros I earned on my own. I have it in my house. So
that's really cool.
That's really cool. Yeah. That's always a special thing when things start to happen. And even it's like, you say it's just 150 euros, but that's really an achievement that you can earn money from your hobby.
Yeah.
How cool is that? Really?
It's infinitely more than zero.
But like every buck you can make, it's getting you somewhere, you know. So.
It's also the pleasure of doing something you actually enjoy.
Yeah.
I mean,
I cannot imagine that, you know, you have these people and they're doing their job for like 40 hours a week for, let's say, almost 50 years.
Yeah.
And that I think that's crazy. So you wake up on Monday, you go to your work, you do it for 5 days, you come home at the evening, they eat, they watch television, and then in the weekend they go see friends, and that for 50 years, and they hate their job. How I cannot imagine. I always said, the day I hate doing dominoes, no matter how much I earn with it, I'll quit it. I'll stop. Then I go to McDonald's. But I'm not going to be a manager. I really want to flip hamburgers at McDonald's. Because I'm really the system of these guys, you know. Did you watch the movie about McDonald's? It's like not a documentary, but like a movie, but how the story went.
I did watch like some kind of a documentary, but I'm not sure if it was that one.
Let me check. I think you really like this one. It's like a movie, but then with the docu about how it started. McDonald's movie. I think you like. Oh, the founder. With this one.
The Founder.
Yeah.
2016. Okay. I don't think I watched this one.
I told all the managers and all shift runners back that day when it came out. I said, okay, you guys have to see this movie. Go to the cinema, bring a friend, bring me the receipt, I'll pay you back. So I told all managers and shift runners, you can go there, you can bring a friend, and I pay for you and your friend if you go watch this movie, because it's really great. So, especially since Domino's is close to the thing, but you know, 0 people went. I was like, okay. No, this is really nice. With how's this actor called? Yeah, this is Michael Keaton. That he's in the main role.
By the way, I just have this picture.
Oh yeah.
That's you, right?
Yeah, me.
And
but then that's Maarten. That was for the franchise brochure. They want to put up some success stories for new franchisees and they recruiting from outside the business, and now mostly they do it from inside the business.
Okay.
They're more closed, so you have to be in Domino's to grow. Back in the days, you could bring a big bag of money because they needed franchisees with money, but they all failed when they just brought in money and no passion. So now it's only from the inside, like McDonald's is growing. So
of course,
this this is an old picture.
Yeah,
I think I have the brochure somewhere still. So I've. You got these from the internet probably?
Yeah. Of
nice.
course.
Yeah. No, there's also one on a scooter that I'm driving and Maarten sitting on the back with a stack of pizzas also. I think it's also somewhere on the internet. So yeah, nice.
Thanks again.
And also I'm not sure if you're still recording, but my last piece of advice would be surround yourself with successful people and people who inspire you, and that That doesn't need to be people who are rich or something, but just make sure you get inspired. You know, seeing this inspires me. You know, when I leave this building, it's not because I want to say something nice, but when I leave your building, this will be in my mind. I will not forget this. And this is inspiring me that there's a guy who's put these people on the wall who's inspiring me. And I'm like, okay, this is
weird
cool.
guy.
yeah. But this gives me motivation, you know. And I would always say, when people sometimes they ask me, okay, what would you do? I want to start my own business. Where do I start? And I say, okay, how much money do you have? And they're like laughing at like 100 euros, 150 euros. Okay, go to somebody who you admire, who already has a business, take them out for dinner and pay.
Yeah.
Just look like that, you know, put your last 100 euro, probably now 150 these days. Take them to a nice restaurant and ask them anything. That's it, you know, and then get inspired. Because, you know, I also have some friends and they're like always complaining about life and this, and they're fun for some parts, but they're not inspiring you. And when you meet people who inspire you, this really inspired me, you know. And you cannot imagine. You think, yeah, I'm just a young guy and in my student time, but you know, this inspires me to do better, you know, because it gives you motivation, man. You surround yourself with successful people. That's it.
I guess I'm on the right track then.
Sure. But that's why I like doing this stuff, you know, when I can help people, that's it. I really hope you can, one day you will think, okay, we did this interview, and if you learn just one thing of it, I'm happy.
Oh,
and I'm proud that you worked in my store and that you got something out from Domino's. Perhaps for me, that's the coolest thing, man. Because the journey, enjoy the journey also. That's it. It can be hard sometimes, but when I look back at these years, and I'm not even in my 40s, you know, so I'm 38, so, and it's one hell of an adventure. I wouldn't have had it, you know. I did more in this short span of my life than most people do in their whole life, so.
Yeah.
The adventure, you have to enjoy it. That's also, enjoy every moment of it.
Yeah, I guess that's why I'm going for the motorcycle.
Oh, nice. You have a motorcycle already?
Not yet.
Oh, nice.
In a month or two.
Yeah, because you know Ruta from Boyda One.
Yeah.
She's
a good friend of mine.
Oh, nice. Yeah, she's also getting a motorcycle. She told me about at the party about it. She was really excited. So she asked, okay, could I get a down payment of my salary on the 1st of September from August? And I thought she was asking for, okay, can I get the front? I always said yes, and then I heard, okay, she doesn't want the front, she just wanted the already earned salary, but we pay the 15th, of course. She wanted earlier. I said, of course we do it. You work hard. That was her childhood dream, to get a motor and do a driving tour, I think.
She's really excited, yeah.
Yeah. So she was really happy. Then when you see her glow, then yeah, it's really cool. Nice.
I liked motorcycles for quite a while, like a long time ago. Now it's just, I guess Ruta kind of reminded me about that I have to live a bit more, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you have to enjoy also life. Yeah. You know, I skipped on a lot of parties and a lot of social stuff, and that's also good sometimes. But that's one thing I would do differently. I would enjoy life more. The first years it was only work, and even if we broke records, we celebrated. But in my head, I was working on the next record, you know. So that's it. That's it. Sell more pizzas, have more fun. Sometimes you have to lay back and let it suck it up, you know. So but you put it here as a reminder.
Well, I guess it's nice for the camera,
Okay.
but otherwise, yeah. I already use the helmet when I'm driving sometimes, like delivering.
It looks like the Master Chief Halo thing.
yes, actually. Even with this. Wait.
Oh, nice. What's happening then? In the inside. Oh, nice. Oh, really cool. But then with your studies, you do the BUAS the game development. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. And then do you plan on working also in that?
I probably will.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I spend a lot of time on it. I don't think like working for a big company is my thing. I realized that a bit too late. So yeah, I am a bit behind with my studies. Well, partially because that's probably not my thing. Partially because I spent too much time on other things. But yeah, I just decided to just stick with it.
Yeah. And if you had to choose one game development company, which where you need to work, which one would you choose?
Well,
Do you have a favorite game developer?
I mean, I guess, yeah, I already asked them, of course, but Nadio Ubisoft. That's like a specific team that works on the Trackmania genre. Yeah, I don't know if you've heard about it, but
The game Trackmania.
yeah. I do love that game.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is that your favorite, or what's your favorite game
Well,
ever?
look, a weird thing about me is that I don't play that much anymore. It's just the two games I played the most, like even from years ago, and now I probably play like once a month. But that's Minecraft, of course,
Yeah.
and Trackmania. And in both, I like more the creative part of it.
Yeah.
Because in Minecraft, I've never actually beat the game. I've only did like creative.
You can beat the game.
Yeah, you can.
My kids always play it. I was like,
I never did that.
oh no, I always thought that it's like all about exploring and building and stuff. And
Yeah, and I actually started with computers. That was even before high school. In Minecraft, because you can build like calculators.
Really?
Yeah, some people actually build the whole computers, 8-bit computers in
I
Minecraft.
see sometimes designs which people create in Minecraft. It's crazy.
Yeah.
They rebuild stuff, and it's amazing.
Yeah, and with Trackmania it's kind of the same because you can build the tracks yourself and you can share it, and then you can play with friends and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So.
That's really nice. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's when I need to let go of my stress, then do some gaming. Yesterday, I really had a busy period, and I was like, yesterday there were some friends coming over for my son who live in the neighborhood, and they were playing. Normally, I think, okay, when they're playing together, I'm okay, nice. I can do some extra work on my laptop for 2-3 hours. And yesterday, I thought, okay, now I'm going to do old school gaming the whole afternoon. I was so happy doing.
I can imagine.
Yeah. That's really getting my to clear my mind. I really go do some gaming. That's still okay. I think I have to go, man. Because
of course.
Mad. Okay, I have 4 more minutes. on my 15 minutes, I asked of her. I'll manage it. Okay.
Hey, man, it was a pleasure.
Yeah. And you're going back when? This Saturday or?
Sunday.
Sunday. Nice. Looking forward to it.